Have you ever come to this conclusion? The moment you stop feeding it your attention, your time, your energy, your effort, your emotions, it goes away. Welcome back to the channel. The moment you take away all of those things from the equation, it has no more power. Whatever the problem was, whatever it is that you're struggling with, or dealing with, or trying to overcome, stop feeding it your emotion. Now, on a deeper level, I'm going to also say, stop being so offended by everything. Because in this day and age, in this world we live in, everybody takes offense to everything. Everything is something offensive. Like things that are supposed to be normal, people are now finding offensive. I know exactly what I'm talking about. If you say, oh, that's a beautiful lady, or hi, you're gorgeous, what a beautiful lady, she's offended. Because why? She doesn't want to be referred to as a lady. The point is, when you remove your offense, meaning your emotions, your feelings, when you remove that from the equation, from most circumstances that bother you, you realize it has no power to control you. You realize that it does not affect anything in your life most of the time. Yeah. So instead of blocking and deleting and all of that kind of stuff, it takes effort, it takes emotion to have to do all of that. It means that you're in your feelings. It means that you've been offended and now you have to take actions now, necessary steps to deal with your emotions. This is the only thing that's going to make you feel better is by blocking and deleting this person. No, if you go ghost and completely ignore them like they don't exist, then they don't exist. Simple as that. You are the center of your world. Remember that, okay? Not them. Now, another example. Let's just say you have people in your life that are, toxic, bitter, gossipy, trapsy. They are at the lower end of the emotional spectrum most of the time. Sometimes we don't always know how to deal with it. We don't know how to express to the other person that, hey, right now, this is draining. This is whatever they're used to doing, the gossip, the slander, all of that stuff. Whatever that is, you may not have the right words to say to get them to understand that it's tiresome. It's very draining doing that or participating in that. And then you know that eventually you're going to be the target. If they talk with you about other people, when they're not with you and they're around other people, naturally they're going to talk about you too. So you don't want to be a part of that. So you try to withdraw your energy. You try to avoid conversations with this person or these people. They don't get the hint. People like this do not normally get the hint. So you're going to have to not mince words. You're going to have to let them know, hey, could we pull back on some of this nasty stuff? Because it's not helping. It's draining. And I have better things to do with my time. Or I have better conversations to be had. Simple as that. And then you keep it moving. You don't have to sit there and wilt away because this person is toxic. You are allowing this person to drop all of their toxicity onto you. Yes. You have situations where there are people who they're meddling, they want to interfere in your relationship. As a grown-up, believe it or not, you have people who want to see your relationship fail. Now, to that, I would say, remove your energy, remove your attention, remove your focus from these people. Because the more you actually get angry at them, the more you feel hurt by what they have said or done, the more power you're giving them. And then deep down in your subconscious, you're actually validating what they're saying. Because why? Now here it is that you've paid so much attention to this thing, that you've made a thing, that now it's manifesting. Whatever they have said is manifesting. You're seeing it more and more in the physical each and every day. Because why? You've poured all of your passion, your emotions into this. Even though it was not a thing, it was no thing. You've made it a thing. So, moral of the story, stop being offended by everything. Your life will run so much more smoothly. You're like, think of yourself as like this samurai. Think of yourself as like a warrior. Think of yourself as, this untouchable fighting spirit. Like, be confident enough to not be offended by things. Like, if that's someone's opinion of you, so be it. That can't change the way you live. That cannot pay your bills. That cannot wake you up in the morning. It can't feed you. It can't do any of that. So what does it matter what they think? It does not. If you look at life like this, you will find your days are so much more peaceful. They flow so much better. People have so much on their minds, so much on their plates, so much going on in their life that usually they're not even really worried about you to begin with. So once you take that into consideration, you'll start worrying a lot less about what they think, because you'll realize how little they actually think about you. I know, that one hit a little hard, but it's the truth. Try it out. Give it a little test, because these things that I find that I say, I don't just say them, I actually practice them. They are actually theories in practice, okay? And so I urge you to experiment with it. It can't hurt to try. Remove your emotions. The next time someone says, oh, you're so this, you're so that, say thanks and keep it moving. Watch their response. I bet you'll hear. Okay. So on that note, thanks for watching. I'll be back with some more jewels. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Ciao. Peace out.